Welcome to Clothing Coulture, a fashion industry podcast at the intersection of technology and innovation. I'm Emily Lane.
And I'm Bret Schnitker. We speak with experts and disruptors who are moving the industry forward and discuss solutions to real industry challenges.
Clothing Coulture is produced by Stars Design Group, a global design and production house with more than 30 years of experience. Welcome back to another episode of Clothing Coulture. Today, we have a special feature for you. In February, Bret and I had the opportunity to attend a wonderful event hosted at Neiman Marcus celebrating Black History Month, showcasing the incredible talent within the St. Louis community from a design perspective and those that are a part of the ecosystem. When we were there, we got to witness a very powerful moment when Kristen, our guest today, Kristen Harris, also known as KMoney the Poet, stood up and spoke, doing one of her wonderful poetries. Is that the right way to say that? Spoken word.
Yes,
your art, expressing your art. We were blown away, and we knew that we had to bring her on the podcast to showcase this talent. Kristen, you have done a lot in your career. You've had some incredible collaborations with St. Louis Cardinals at Busch Stadium, been featured, of course, at Neiman Marcus, St. Louis Art Museum. You've got accolades out the wazoo from 2022 Best Top Poet in St. Louis, 2023 Black Girls Who Rock honoree. I mean, my goodness.
Thank you.
I am just so impressed with the breadth of your skills, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm like fangirling right now. So I want to learn a little bit about your process as an artist. What happens when you get that moment of inspiration?
So it just depends. Inspiration for me can kind of be derived from anything, so to speak. So with my brand, of course, I free write and do different types of poems and exercises that are near and dear to my heart. But I also specialize in custom poetry. So the poem that I created for Euro Styles for the Neiman Marcus event was specifically about highlighting fashion and also highlighting a few notable Black figures who, helped pave the way in the fashion industry for that particular event. But honestly, anything can create that inspiration. I could be watching a TV show. Like, I don't know if you've ever watched Grey's Anatomy.
Oh gosh, yes.
But yeah, like her mom Ellis had dementia in the show. So that one day triggered me to research more about, people who have dementia and write a poem about dementia, because once something is triggered in me to write a poem, I want to learn more about it. I want to become an expert in that area, so to speak. I graduated from Mizzou with a broadcast journalism degree. So back then we were always taught to, try and become experts in different areas. So I think all of it just kind of works well together at this point.
Do you ever struggle with writer's block?
Yeah.
How do you overcome that?
It's like when you're creative, sometimes the best poems come to you. Like you could be taking a shower or driving and the best poem will come to you while you can't write it down. And then when you try to intentionally do it, it just won't happen. But sometimes listening to other poets, and then sometimes just taking little notes. Like even if I'll go to a spoken word event, or sometimes it could be, any event. Sitting here talking to you all now, I want to write more fashion pieces.
Well, I was just going to mention, hey, how about Stars Design?
Yeah. So I can come from anything, but those sort of challenges, so to speak, even when I get a request for a custom piece, that's a challenge for me. So that helps cure my writer's block.
Yeah, I can imagine. I know you've got a question on the horizon, but I'm just thinking, as an artist, your inspiration comes from specific areas that you're naturally drawn to. So when somebody's saying, hey, I need you to be creative on this topic, that could be a bit of a hurdle.
Window tinting and roofing, that could be tough, right?
It would, but
you've done one.
I haven't.
Okay.
Not on window tinting.
Sure, okay.
But the challenge would fascinate me so much that I would figure it out, so to speak. Because again, I feel like that training from when I was in college, you have to become like an expert in a couple of hours on anything, farming, politics, education, whatever it is. So
All of those things are probably pretty tame today, politics and things. There's nothing really to
Nothing
talk
exciting
about
there.
I know, right? But look, that's why I'm out of that particular business.
Yes,
That's
good,
why I'm out of
okay.
that particular business. I like the creative realm more. Also, I am a part of a poetry team called Hustle City. So there are like 5 of us, and we all challenge each other and push each other to be the best writers and poets possible as well.
I kind of got the sense that you liked fashion when we were at Neiman Marcus. There was this subtle hint when you were wearing that decked out outfit and like you have today. What are, does fashion inspire you in poetry on a daily basis or on a regular basis? Or?
Fashion definitely does inspire me. So huge shout out to Chanel. That's who I was wearing at the Neiman Marcus event. And she was one of the featured designers. So she had an outfit that was displayed right as soon as you entered the store. So I was kind of like serving as a live model for her that day. But yes, I love fashion. I'm kind of like a mid-size girly, so I also model, and a large part of my brand is like being a voice for the voiceless and representation. So just showing curvier girls, that we can still be cute and put on nice and bold outfits too tastefully.
Well, I think it was also too that, you talk about serving those that are nameless or those that need more notoriety. The fashion community here and everywhere else, they struggle with getting visibility. And boy, you shouted out some visibility that night. And I think that's awesome that you're supporting the design community in St. Louis.
Thank you. Yes, of course. I do what I can. Being a part of like the modeling and poetry sector, I also have like an annual art event. So I have my hands in a lot of different creative aspects of St. Louis. So yeah, I definitely try and support and shout out those I can when I can.
Literally shout out.
Literally shout out.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
Well, we get a chance to hear you perform right now, don't we?
Yes.
Yay!
Wait, let me take a quick sip of water so I don't.
We're going to just reset for a second because we want to give you the entire floor.
That's
you
right.
deserve it.
Okay, thank you
Yeah.
so much. Thank you. I be practicing before I leave out. I can conjure the compliments catatonically. I can prelude the people who will probably be stopping me, clocking me just to say, girl, you look good. Where'd you get that outfit from? I'm still a little bashful and humble. Anxiety goes a little dumb, even though I can already predict it. And a lot of y'all are in here dressed to the nines, so I know that you get it. Compliments be complimentary, complimented by the colors and complexities of these clothes. Closed-minded people don't understand that this confidence be bold. And it takes a real revolutionary to evolve style into revolution. But fashion has evolved throughout the years like evolution. I mean like the Harlem Renaissance and Sunday's best. Streetwear zoot suits forbid you forget the flapper dress. I mean highlighting him heroes and fashion icons. Do you know your facts about the blacks that created that culture that shines on? That culture that you currently have on? Like Dapper Dan, Tracy Reese, Kirby and Ann Lowe, Zelda Wynn, Patrick Kelly, and Virgil Abloh. From the first, the pioneers, the descendants Afro, look how planting the seed grooms a garden to grow. From the top of our heads to the soles in our souls, talking turbans that's urban, head wraps and teeth goes. To our toes, we tell stories with our sneakers, not just sports, safely serving up looks, but no ball off the court. They talk about the key to the streets while they play it safe. But I've already cracked the code. And I put on whatever I want. Unique style, separately sold like a globe. I'll be centered on an access with access. Might just be an accessory from an ancestor. Accent colors make it all pop. And stylish sewings make the world stop and stare like truth or dare, but I dare you to expand your palette. I want you to lay it all out like it's a clothesline, because a closed mind can grasp a gold mine. So cold with it, you might just be a coal mine. Ironically enough, that would mean that you the hottest. That when heat was applied, you ain't being melt, no, you remain solid. Fashion is timeless. Serves as future, present, past. Cast down throughout the year, the weather it forecasts, and the clouds be feeling free, be feeling fly. This outlook on life bears no limits from the sky. It's a personality. It be attacking me. My cards, my cash, my credit asking me, girl, why are you still shopping? Because fashion is my love language. Self-care, I stay copping, popping tags, I can't quit. A strong relationship with tag, because I've always been it. Dripped in style and finesse, I express through these threads. They serve as my favorite form of expression. And I clowns with my clothes. I really puts on shows. I really be expressing. Anticipation every time I step outside, I slide, even if it's just to go to the store. I walk out the room and they still admiring the fit, have them yelling encore. And although I fill you with these words as your soul food, like these poems do in your core, fits manage to still make you miss me, starving, hungry for more like you fasting. But we be fashion. Look at how we shine. Sugar, honey, iced tea, but it intoxicates like wine. So thank you. Today's outfit came from KMoney's closet. Let me show it. And these nouns, verbs, and words you heard came from KMoney the Poet. Thank you all.
Well, that was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that.
I'm never speechless and I'm speechless.
I know.
You've used all the words that I could ever express about fashion in such a succinct way. I mean, I don't know, so inspirational.
You covered so many themes. When you're sitting down to write a piece like this, how do you know, you want to talk about all of the Black lives that contributed to this industry and the making of your clothes, to the power of self-expression, and even I love, shopping from your own closet. Like that's a sustainable message right there.
Yeah.
How do you pick all the themes that you want to incorporate into your message?
So it just kind of depends what the event is. When Yura was explaining it to me, that was an event that was kind of the first of its kind. I knew there would be different people there from different walks of life. I wanted to touch on the creativity of it all. It still was an event that was during Black History Month. So I wanted to, provide some historical context and put a little bit of research and a few facts in there. I also wanted to put a little bit of humor in there about, why are you
Your
still
credit
shopping?
cards? Yeah, I love
Right,
that.
exactly.
I laugh every time you say that. But,
So,
yeah.
just trying to cover all the bases, so to speak. For me, I feel like that's what a good poem is. It either teaches you something or it makes you feel something, and it's memorable after the fact.
Shout out to Euro, too, because that was an
Yes.
amazing event. She's an amazing person.
She is.
Yeah. So do you perform regularly?
I do. So I am a spoken word artist full time. That is my main thing that I do. I have an open mic regularly that's every third Tuesday of the month, but I also do several features. So for the month of March, I'll be featuring at St. Louis Artworks. I'll be featuring on a show at the City Winery. What else am I doing in March? I'm doing a few things, so I'm going to feel bad if I leave something out.
Well,
We'll
we're gonna
make sure we'll cover it
Okay.
on the podcast if you
Yes.
left anything
And in
out.
fact, where can people find you?
So thekristenelizabeth.com has everything. Honestly, I've worked really hard on my media package and things like that. So even if you just Google KMoney the Poet, you'll be able to find upcoming events, past performances, booking information, all the things.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you for sharing your talent with us once again. It was such a delight. And we'll make sure that everybody out there has access to the information on how to find KMoney the Poet. Thank you for joining us today for this special edition episode. Don't forget to subscribe to stay apprised of upcoming episodes.